Let's consider that you are a farmer, beautiful home in the countryside, and you have two neighbors. So the first neighbor that you have is like real good, the absolute best friend of yours. Everything works fine with him. He understands you and everything like that. You absolutely love this guy, okay? And the second neighbor is someone whose guts you hate. You just don't like him around, and he feels the same way about you or anything like that. But because you are neighbors, you have the common farm, and you all happen to own chicken. Frequently all of these chickens of yours would get mixed. It would be a complete chaos, right? So you decided that we would brand all of the chickens that we have. So neighbor one colored all of the chickens as blue, the second neighbor colored all of his chickens as yellow, and that's how you were able to solve the problem of everything mixing up all together. One day early in the morning, you see a chicken while you're way to work, right? And this chicken is not branded at all. You don't know whose chicken it is or anything like that. So you would probably take the chicken and carry it home again with you, right? The next day, there is another chicken who is branded of some color, but you don't know whose chicken that is. You would just walk away back to your work and ignore if you ever saw that chicken, right? But the next day what happens is that you see a chicken that is blue color, and this is a chicken of a brother. So probably because you love your brother, you would take the chicken back to him and be the good guy here, right? But the next day you see a chicken of your rival, of your bad neighbor out there. My question to you is like, how would you react now? Honestly, I would not give the chicken back to that neighbor. I would take it back to my home, make a good dinner out of it, and enjoy the night with some wine, and I would be good. He would never even know that his chicken is lost or it's in my stomach right now. My question to you is like, what changed here? What changed here is like, is the color of the chicken? Was it like you were just in a good mood with the first neighbor and in a bad mood with the second neighbor the next day? What changed here is your behavior. And my question to you is like, do you feel or remember of any brand with this color scheme and this texture? This is a brand I feel that you remembered when I asked about, do you remember any brand when I was on this slide, right? What actually led you to think that it might be Supreme or any other brand like that is the association of that brand with the color red and the font white, the combination of these things, right? Obviously you would think that this is normally how brands are recognized, by the color and logo. Honestly, this is what a brand is. But if you have observed, what changed was the behavior and the association. The color was associated with some emotion and some brand, right? And that association changed a particular type of behavior with the brand itself. So what I want you to observe is that a brand is just an association of an emotion with your company. Your prospects have associated some sort of emotion with your company, with your product, with your service, and that is what is your brand. So for example, we have Rolex. It has managed to associate itself with luxury, success, and that's exactly what drives some sort of behavior with these people who aspire to have Rolex. Red Bull has associated its brand with adrenaline rush, being badass, and that's how it affects the behavior of their customers in that particular way. And Nike, proper strength, determination, grit. That is exactly how or what type of behavior is commonly observed with people who tend to buy products from Nike. So my point here is that for you to understand that branding is not just about the logo, the colors and anything like that, any association in such way. A brand is this: your prospects having an association of your brand, of your company with an emotion. That's what exactly a brand is. See, brand is a big bubble under which comes the visual identity, obviously, and the branding efforts, the marketing efforts that you do. See, now when it comes to brand, there is no good that branding just happens. It's like inevitable. If you do good things, good branding would happen. If you do bad things, bad branding would happen. People would associate your brand with something good or something bad. So the association of your company's efforts or branding efforts with good or bad is altogether a brand. I hope I've changed the meaning of what brand is for you. And if you feel that you want to create a brand out of your service business, agency business, or anything like that, so that you actually have an enterprise value, you can click the link in the description. We would sit on a meeting with you, and we would figure out if we can actually help you create a brand out of your business that would actually gain you some enterprise value.